Hey everybody, welcome back to another week with me. I'm so excited. It has been such a good weekend. We got to celebrate some birthdays. We got to just have some good time. And in Kansas City right now, it is like 60 some degrees and it feels amazing. And so I came into the salon, get the week ready, and here to answer your questions. So welcome back to another week of Ask a Stylist. All right, let's get this week started. I'm so excited. All right, so this week is about money. I love me some money.
Chain, getting paid over here. Chain, getting paid over here. Thursday, baby, bring it over here. Thursday, baby, bring it over here.
I love me some Missy Ellie. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Anyway, so let's get back to the question. So it is about tipping in our salon industry, in the beauty industry, I should say. So the question is, what is the proper way or proper amount to tip a stylist? And I think this goes toward the whole beauty industry. So your estheticians, that give you facials, or your skincare professionals, your lash girl, waxing, anything in the beauty industry. And so I'm gonna put this in a very, very simple little package for you, and where to gauge it and things like that. If you are tipping your stylist, I always start at 20%. That's what we tip in the restaurants. And then if your service was amazing, exceptional, I always do a little bit more, 25%. And it's just to show them your appreciation for them as your stylist, as your professional, and also appreciation for the service. You know, if they're giving you exceptional service, reflect on that. Now, if they are not, I always gauge it down. So if something happened in the service, they weren't paying attention to you, they were rushing, you just didn't get the service that you were looking for, or they were rude or whatever. So many factors in that. Then one, I would tell them, I would say them in person, or write them an email, or text message them, just say, hey, I didn't like the service, you were this, and this, and your tip reflected on that. And I would gauge down to 15 to 10% on that. I'm not a no tipper. I personally, if I get horrible service, I still give them 10%. I just know what it's like in the service industry. I've been a bartender and server and stuff, so I just know that. But I never gave horrible service, I don't think, because I know that's like, especially in the restaurant business, I knew that was my dollar at the end of the day, so I needed to make sure that I got paid on that, right? But in a stylist, in the beauty industry, when a stylist works for someone, a salon owner, and they're getting commission, they're getting about 35 to 50% on their services. So, tips really do help their pockets, it really does. It helps them just a little bit more. It shows them your appreciation as a client for being their professional, or them being your professional. And it also, like, the service they give you. I mean, I love making people happy. I love making them satisfied in their service. So I always try to strive for that. And I'm just not a no tipper. So if something absolutely happened wrong, if the color went horribly wrong and it's melting off your hair, or they cut off 12 inches and you just ask for 1, I mean, always go to the salon owner about that situation, and try to figure that out. But yeah, hopefully that's rare, but I've heard those stories, and I worked in a salon that it has happened. So yeah, just kind of gauge it. So 20% is your starting point, I always say. Now, there was a rumor years ago when I started, and I still hear it to this day. I think it just comes from my mom and my grandmother's generation. I think there was a rumor that Oprah said this in one of her shows, and I love me some Oprah, so don't come at me. But it was, you should never tip the salon owner. And I think that is so wrong at this point. The salon owner, I'm a single salon owner, so your booth renters or your studio renters, that's that. I don't make a commission, I don't make a profit off my salon business per se. But those salon owners that still work behind the chair, they're still servicing you as a client. They're still giving you the best service that they can. But they also have taxes, they have overhead, they have have to run the business, they have all that stuff. So just to take that away from them, I feel like just because you think they're, you know, driving their, you know, their Mercedes down and they're collecting all this money, I mean, yes and no, but it's a business. But they're still your stylist at the end of the day. They're still servicing you. So I want to take that away from them. As a salon owner with me, as a single stylist, I still have overhead. I still have my products that, you know, come out of my bottom line. It's a business. I'm running a business, but I'm still your stylist at the end of the day. So still gauge that 20%. If you really love them, 25. And if it didn't work out, you know, as to your par, up to your par, you know, 15 to 10%. That's just for me. And then also, if you can't afford, if you're barely affording the service because you really like that salon, you really want to be a part of that brand and that company and that stylist, but you know their prices are a little pricey for you, and you know, I say tip as you can, and also tell the stylist, like, I love you, your prices are really high, but you know, I just want to show you my appreciation, and they'll understand. Hopefully they understand, but you know, at least do 20% for them or something, but always kind of tell them. Or you know what I love, so there's like a lot of clients that I have that, you know, can't really afford my services per se all the time. But they'll come in and they'll offer me a cup of coffee from Starbucks, or they'll do little things throughout the year, or they give me a really nice Christmas present at the end of the year. So it's really, there's different ways of showing your appreciation for your stylist. That doesn't include a cash tip per se, but just don't be cheap. That's what I'm saying. And then also, and if the stylist has an assistant or a salon owner has an assistant, which usually happens in a bigger salon, tip the assistant, please. Just take, even if you have to take a little small percentage out of the salon, the stylist tip. You know, if they don't tip them out at the end of the day, I would ask the stylist, hey, do you tip out your assistant at the end of the day? If not, just slide them a couple bucks for doing your shampoo or blow dry. When I worked in the salon, I was, when I was an assistant, I was years ago, 8-9 years ago. You know, some people would just, if I'm washing their hair, $5 would be great. Or you know, if they're doing that and a blow dry, a little bit more for that, because they're spending more time with you. They're giving you that experience. The stylist is actually doing the actual like color and cut and the things that you're going there for. But we call it the dirty work. You know, kind of like the shampoo bowl, the massage and all that stuff. Tip them accordingly. So if that's the issue, or that's the situation, if you're gonna give, you know, $25 to your stylist, you know, take $5 out and give it to the assistant, you know, and they really appreciate that, because they're probably getting paid hourly as well. So that just helps them out as well. And you know, if you tip a little bit more to them, they're gonna treat you even better. It's just the way it is in the service industry. So you might get a little extra massage, or you might get a little extra something, you know, they just love that. And you know, we're all here to make your experience in the hair industry amazing. We want you to feel amazing about yourself, about your hair, about your skin, everything about that. So, but we just, as stylists, we like to be appreciated as well. And you can show that in your tipping. So hopefully that helps you out, kind of gauge where you want to go with your tips, but it is an appreciation of your service. So reflect on that as well. So anyway, that ends our question. Hopefully that helps you guys. Have a great week. I will see you next week for your next question. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for all your weekly updates, and also with our signature style episodes as we're filming it now. And then also comment below. Tell me what your questions are for next week in the beauty industry. And I just love everybody. So have a great one, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.